We have huge plans for the York Road Winstanley estates. What's happened in the post-war reconstruction in the area is that it lost its original street pattern. And in so doing, actually, there is no very decent wayfinding through the estates. So we wanted to reconnect the estate, and in remodelling that estate, also increase the amount of housing on it and better quality housing.
We wanted to produce a master plan that people were comfortable with. So it was important that the concepts were a plan that they could understand and feel that the neighbourhood, as it was completed, would be one that would belong to them and that they could belong to.
With the central area, what was really fascinating for us is we wanted to create a very nice, family-friendly residential area. And the idea was to start creating streets which link back into the surrounding, but with a residential core to the master plan. Streets and homes facing onto these streets, opening onto these streets where people actually feel safe. It is very well overlooked.
Bramlands itself at the moment is clearly an underused area and an underdeveloped resource. It's the back end of the station. We need to change that. The Bramlands development gives us an opportunity to build something significant there, to build a centre where people will want to go to and use.
With Grant Road, I think it was really fascinating because if you look at it, all the buildings kind of back onto it and not face onto it. It's a major desire line with a lot of people coming in from Plough Road. We wanted to introduce some kind of non-residential uses on the ground floor to activate the street, to create a green buffer to the busy bus route so that pedestrians and cyclists would have a very safe area.
The feeling is that there was a potential for more activities within the area, and that the opportunity to create a new leisure facility there and unite that with the community building and with the new library. By locating that on York Road, we wanted to make that a focal point.
We had a combination, I think, of angry people and nervous people, positive people. You've got two estates side by side. You've got some lovely low-rise blocks that need a lot of work, but people love living in them. And you've got the big slab blocks, tower blocks, where people are considerably less happy. I think if we go to where we are now, one thing is that I think there's a very, very broad consensus of residents that understand why we're doing it, even though you've got the differences of the blocks.
We've been thinking about the delivery aspects of the scheme from the very outset, from day one. How do we create this place through a mechanism that generates benefits for all stakeholders and for the community? And through that process, we came up with the concept of a public-private partnership, a joint venture between the local authority and the private sector, getting the best of both. And probably for the first time in my career, we have a very high level of consensus about the future direction for Winstanley and York Road.